conducted on actor Philip Seymour Hoffman came back inconclusive today in New York City. The medical examiner says that more tests need to be done to determine the cause of death. The Oscar winner was found in his home on Sunday and may have overdosed on heroin. 4 people were arrested overnight, reportedly in connection with Hoffman's death. The 3 men and 1 woman have been charged with drug possession and haven't been arraigned yet. Kimberly, I wanted to ask you about the autopsy. Does it matter for the people that were arrested that might then be arraigned? Does it matter what the autopsy report says when it comes to their court date?
To their court date, no, but to the prosecutor trying to put the case together, you want to get something conclusive so that you can charge with specificity. Then that can affect the bail amount, counts, amount of time, the whole deal, and it can also affect what type of representation they get if they are unable to afford to represent themselves. However, these things can be added on, right? In the future, you make initial charges, and then you adjust them, adding or deleting depending on what other evidence comes out. But they've moved pretty quickly in this, which shows that other people are cooperating. There's probably a lot of people, especially looking at narcotic offenses, that are very willing to give up information and tie this case together for them to get like a lesser charge or something if they're looking at it themselves.
So, Bob, so they arrest 4 people that maybe alleged involved in selling of drugs. Aren't there just 4 more drug dealers right behind them?
Well, yeah, sure, but 9 states now have prosecuted and sent to prison drug dealers for homicide.
Mm-hmm.
New York is a state that does not do that, but they found out that this was not a hot shot. This was not fentanyl in this drug. But Greg said something very interesting yesterday. This guy had gotten off of heroin, and he had gotten himself, relatively clean for a while. He went back in and started to snort heroin, which is a whole different deal. Then he started to hit it. And when you've got 50 empty bags around, I'm guaranteeing you to the guy, there will be a direct connection between the drugs and why he died when the final autopsy comes out.
You think?
Absolutely. No, I mean, that's the way you can prosecute these guys.
They're also waiting for
that's the way you prosecute.
You understand what's
toxicology report.
Dana's 100%. It's not 4 who are in line. There's 4,000 who are in line waiting to sell guys like that with a lot of money 70 bags of heroin. I mean, the guy overdosed. He's a great actor, but he's a dirtball. Let's just call it what it is. You're going to go after these guys for murder. Go after them for what the law they actually broke, which is distribution of
unless they knowingly are selling a drug that's been proven to kill people.
That's not. You just
here's the deal.
Well, no, there's no.
But guys, so wait a second. It's one thing you don't prosecute people for personal possession of marijuana. For people who are known drug dealers trafficking in large amounts of heroin, I'm not giving them a pass.
Let me ask Greg, is legalization...
It doesn't matter whether it's Philip Seymour Hoffman or Betty Sue who overdoses. It all should matter is my point.
Yeah, so is legalization of drugs, not just marijuana, the answer?
I think so, but I think the cause of death here is pleasure. And the lesson here for drug couriers is don't sell to a famous actor because his death is way more important than everybody else's. Sell to obscure losers. Don't sell to white rich guys because the cops will come and get you. The homicide, I don't think it's the pusher's fault. Any more than a bartender is for serving booze. Essentially what a pusher is a rogue bartender. Some of them are scumbags, others are businessmen who sell something that people want but can't get because the drugs are illegal. Life is hard, people look for drugs. If you legalize it, it may be easier to get a drug that you can control and therefore not die.
But the interesting thing about this is that marijuana and heroin are both considered equally as class 1 drugs.
Yeah.
And I think the idea of making marijuana and heroin is making a comeback in big ways. We spend all of our time...
It's never gone away, though.
No, it hasn't gone away, but it's coming back.
It's very prevalent right now. There's a lot of deaths.
We've been interdicting as much cocaine as we can. In the meantime, heroin's been coming in.
And Bob, you were right. Bob said something very important. He obviously read his packet and did his research. I'm very impressed by that. Bob, for real, I'm serious. Because New York doesn't directly criminalize saying, I'm the dealer, I sell to you, you die, then I'm prosecuted under a specific statute. It doesn't work like that.
And the thing is, the user knows there's a risk. He knows that he could die. He accepts that risk. He also accepts that he's risking the future of his family when he takes drugs, when he leaves a family behind. That's a risk that he assumes. The dealer is providing a service under a society that makes that service illegal.
Have there been any prosecutions of a bartender? I know there's a rule.
They sue bartenders.
Bartenders serving someone.
Civilly, especially, you can do those. It's much easier to
drunk and they go out and kill somebody. Yeah, they'll prosecute them.
But can't you? I mean, if you get drunk and you hit somebody, you were the one who was drinking, the bartender can't be paying attention to
Well,
everything.
personal
It's the same reason they call this a brain
responsibility.
disease. It's not a brain disease. It's a pleasure-seeking disease.
Right.
And that's what I mean. He could have gotten off if he wanted to.
Yeah, life
And-
is a pleasure-seeking
Yes,
disease,
it is.
actually.
I can subscribe to it completely.
So is the 5. All right, ahead.